Hey everybody, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil and it's time to talk more what we do in the shadows. And we're already here at the end of season 1, which feels like it's just flown by. I'm loving the series. It's so much fun. It's great to just be following a sitcom that no longer has any through plot. We don't have to do deep analysis. We don't have to keep track of every minute detail. And yet the story is progressing. We're getting to know these characters more. There's not a hard reset after every episode. There are a few storylines that we have been following. Obviously, their master from the old country, he came, he visited, he died. We no longer have to take over Staten Island or the world. But there's a Gen Elf out there who may or may not return. I like getting to know Guillermo a lot better. He's certainly the most fascinating character to me. He wants to become a vampire so bad that he's just willing to eat 10 years of shit, being Nandor's familiar, essentially being a servant to Nadia and Laszlo as well, living in this tiny closet, paying for that privilege, and yeah, all just so he can be a vampire. And he spent 10 years with these vampires, seeing their lives, and it's not the sexy existence we're all led to believe from most TV in the movies. Yeah, you can turn into a bat. Yeah, you can fly. But I wouldn't say that they've got wonderful lives. They don't have the lives we imagine everyone in all our vampires in Manhattan had. Anyway, I'm loving the show. I'm not expecting a major episode. I'm just expecting another episode here at the end of the season because sitcoms tend to do that. We're not going to finish with a massive cliffhanger or anything. I'm just talking for no real reason. Let's jump into it. This is episode 10 of season 1, and it's called Ancestry.
I like being a familiar. It's a very satisfying job. Well, actually, calling it a job would imply that it pays. So it's more of a vocation. I thought by now I'd be like Armand, but sometimes I feel like I'm halfway turned into a Renfield. Sometimes I wonder what my life would be like if I was still at Panera Bread, sleeping, health insurance, friends.
Nothing wrong with Panera Bread.
But you know what they say, the heart wants what the heart wants.
Oh, poor Guillermo. Oh.
Good evening, Guillermo.
Good evening, Master. I have an envelope for you.
We'll pop it in the coffin, thank you. Yes, is it in yet? I can't read it, it's too dark in here.
I had your DNA tested. A lab tested it.
You did 23andMe?
Did they steal my semen?
What? No.
I won't have my semen stolen again.
No, I don't know.
Again.
I don't even know what that story is.
But it didn't even work, and then they got semen everywhere. But this seems much more above board, so.
You have 200,000 direct living descendants.
I'm a granddad?
Well, technically, you're a great-granddad times 30.
My 37 wives weren't very happy about the changes I was going through. Nighttime was mainly drinking people's blood. Put a strain on all of us. Then they left. It was a sad night for me because I really loved 35 of them.
You have to wonder about the other two.
And in some cases, a couple of friendly wolves. I did try to visit my children,
A little
but they were
Romulus and
just
Remus there.
afraid. Hey, kitties. Hey, you've got my nose. Probably dead now, I suppose.
Probably.
You have one of them living right here in Staten Island. Madeline.
Exciting.
How long is this gonna take?
I was cleaning my skull.
Not long. Thank you. Everyone, I have some very exciting
I was
news.
cleaning my skull.
Guillermo has had my DNA tested.
You need to be careful. That's not evil witches trying to pinch your semen.
Yes, witches are semen stealers.
I actually had everyone's DNA tested.
How did you get
Oh.
our DNA without us knowing?
You literally leave it laying everywhere, so it wasn't that hard.
No, thank you. Please put that on the pile there for burning.
So last.
Don't you dare.
You don't want to.
Bugger off.
Okay, we're killing those storylines.
Colin Robinson.
Ding, ding.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can I get a drum roll first, please?
No.
Nope.
Frankly, I would be flattered if
How old is
witches
Colin?
collected my semen. 100% white.
Just can't say white on your paper. Oh wow, 100% white.
200,000 direct descendants living today.
Fucking hell. Well done, chap.
Think.
The witches find out about it, they'll be coming for you.
No.
That is top quality seed. I'm telling you, they're coming for more. They use it to make magnets.
Meg?
I'm granddad.
You know,
Don't ruin it.
the great Genghis Khan
I knew it.
has over 16 million.
So did you get your DNA tested, Guillermo?
I did, but you probably wouldn't be interested in finding out the results.
Yes. Probably
Yes,
not.
probably not.
3.12% Dutch. That's pretty cool. And the name's Van Helsing. That's actually really funny.
Van
'cause I
Helsing?
don't know if you're familiar with
We're familiar.
Van Helsing is.
He's got some vampire hunter in him.
I have Van Helsing DNA in my blood.
That's hilarious.
But he's not real, so. He's not real. Is he? I killed two accidentally.
Guillermo's secretly a vampire hunter. An unwilling vampire hunter.
Weird. What I had for lunch? Garlic.
Go back to Panera Bread, my friend.
I can't be bothered to hold this anymore. Can you tether it?
Actually,
What the fuck have you got in your hand? Put that down. That's a wooden stake, you dickhead.
well, you asked me to buy garden steaks, so I.
Get them out of my sight now, you smartass. Stakes. A defensive thing you could bring into the house. Tighter.
Her name is Madeline. Not going to introduce myself yet. Don't want to frighten her.
So fly up first.
Got her a little teddy bear.
You know
You
what?
know
This
how old
isn't
she is?
working, me being supportive. I feel like I am literally eating myself.
She looks a little older than I was anticipating.
That's what I was trying to tell you. She's 94.
I'm going to tap on the window.
No, Master, don't.
You're
tap
gonna
on
give
the
her a
window.
heart attack.
Madeline! Tap, 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 tap. Come to me, my little one. Come, look. Say hello. This is... Oh,
Heart
no.
attack.
Knew I shouldn't have tapped on her window, but you goaded me.
If by goading you mean my saying, under no circumstances should you tap on her window, then yes, I goaded you.
Grief.
I don't care for it.
Wait, Nandor!
They're just up on the roof.
Nandor?
You goaded me. Now you gotta take the stairs.
It is like with my sweet Gregor. He is reborn, and then he is brutally decapitated. I have to be very careful in case Laszlo sees.
Oh. Oh no. We've created a supervillain. Gregor's coming.
Wait, it's in a church.
Oh, bloody hell.
Of course, it's a funeral.
I can't go in there.
No.
Do it for Madeline.
Look at the pictures on the glass. It's the Jeepers man.
I'm a vampire, I can go in. Energy vampires have no problems going into places of worship. We find it to be fertile feeding ground.
No. It's about my great, 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 great,
Oh,
great,
don't
great,
do
great,
30.
great, great,
Oh my
granddaughter.
God.
Please.
But many considered her
Oh,
a mother
there's
figure.
Burn.
Fucking right, and you rise.
I can't do this.
It is a lovely service, but I'm on fire.
You're
Oh.
Hey, I'm gonna go too. I'd rather watch TV.
Thank you, Colin Robinson.
Okay, so
Guillermo,
churches work.
if I get some water. Water. Ah.
Oh no, it's holy water! It's holy water! Guillermo is a vampire killer.
That was holy water, Guillermo. You're trying to kill me?
Yes.
Good night, my
Of course he's Catholic.
Good night, my darling.
He's a good Catholic boy.
1096 escape mental patient.
I love seeing the gothic font.
Sean.
Oh.
Yo, whoa, what?
Why'd they go to bed so early?
Why not you? I heard your call. My destiny has brought me here, and it is to be with you.
Oh, Jess, you shouldn't be here.
Who's this, my darling?
Oh,
A gentleman caller?
I am here for Nadja.
I should cut your head off.
oh, Laszlo, you don't need to do that.
I always have.
Wait,
What?
He always kills Gregor?
And I cut your head off.
When I was a street thief,
Never mind.
I had the cleaver in my hand.
There's a lot of through line.
when I was a naval officer,
I was on board that ship with the cutlass.
when I was a mouse.
I was a cat.
When he was a washerwoman?
We can do this all night.
Really?
You're an evil genius.
My darling, every time Del Boy turns up, you start crying. I'm not having that. You're my sweet baby. I'm here to stop that kind of jive.
Oh. Laszlo.
Oh, this is fucked up.
Should we get on with it?
No, let him have at least one full life, my darling.
Is this what you want?
Well, yeah.
Maybe I'll see you in the next life.
Yeah, maybe you won't.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Maybe you will.
Bloody naughty.
Laszlo, what the
No, my darling, I swear that had nothing to do with me.
Oh
I'll leave you some
no.
time alone with
The head.
whatever his name is.
What was the results of your ancestry test?
Just stereotypical Mexican
Piñata farmer.
piñata farmers.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. People love piñatas. Someone's got to breed those colorful donkeys.
He thinks they're bread.
Ah, my burns from the holy water that you threw on me. That is one demerit point for you and one more year as my familia. Good night.
Panera Bread is calling.
Good night.
Could just kill you right now. The dynamic is hilarious. Save one. You could so go Buffy on them right now. What happened right there? Did he just... Okay. Apparently I need to take back everything I said in the preamble. Because this series just took a really interesting turn. All kinds of revelations to through stories in this episode. Laszlo always kills Gregor. Laszlo always beheads Gregor. He knows all about this. But more importantly, Guillermo has vampire hunter blood. And we, I talked about it in the preamble. Like, his existence sucks. He's never going to become a vampire. Nandor has no intention. But Guillermo's clinging to this delicate thread of hope. And that thread's about to break. And now he finds out he's a Van Helsing. I didn't know Van Helsing was Dutch. I mean, of course, it's a Dutch name. It makes total sense. But cool. We're learning that churches are actually bad for vampire health. I like that we're eventually spelling all this stuff out because there's so much vampire lore in pop culture, but every vampire story has its own set of rules, and crosses don't work at all in certain cases, and they just frighten vampires in other cases, and here they seem to actually cause pain and burning and bloody tears. So yeah, it all depends. But Guillermo's a Van Helsing. How long is he going to cling to this hope of one day becoming Armand and becoming Guillermo the Great? It's surprisingly heartfelt. It's surprisingly dramatic. There's character emotion that you rarely see in a sitcom in this show, and yet it's still ridiculously funny. I love that Nandor's got 200,000 living, 199,999 living descendants, And yet he's jealous of Genghis Khan because Genghis has more. I find myself wondering about new questions as this progresses. Like, how old is Nandor exactly? How old is Colin Robinson, who's just 100% white? And yeah, that's not how 23andMe works. Normally you find out, like, are you English or Scottish or Norwegian or Dutch or German or whatever? No, he's white, 100%. Like, what are the odds Colin Robinson is actually the oldest of all the vampires, or what? Like, I would expect he was made a decade ago, or I could expect he's like 10,000 years old, and he's just rolled with the times. Churches don't bother him. Like, none of the vampire rules apply to Colin Robinson, and yet he's a vampire. He can't fly down off a roof. He can't change himself into an animal. Churches don't hurt him. He's a daywalker. But he's not human either, because we've seen him fight another energy vampire, and they're both floating in the air, screaming, flashing lights, all of that fun stuff. And yet he's so mundane. The characters on this show are so well designed, and the performances, they're just. I think there's something really fun about shooting this in a mockumentary style. This works really well. I think it's one of the things that have made mockumentary sitcoms really successful in recent years. And it started with The Office. We got it in Parks and Rec. We have it here. Is those breaks of the fourth wall. Sometimes it's the characters directly addressing the cameras, doing a little scene intro or whatever. But what I like more are when they just look at the camera and convey something with just a really subtle, knowing look. And it works so well in this. Like, the cast are nailing it, the writers are nailing it. It's just so much fun. I can't wait for more seasons. We have 4. As far as I know, it's still being made, so I'm looking forward to just carrying on with this journey. I can't wait for next season, next episode. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, because yeah, this show's. I'm so glad you guys voted this one for me. My view of Matt Berry has done a complete 180. I love Laszlo as a character. I love Nadia. I love Nandor. I love Guillermo. I love Colin. It's a great set of characters. There isn't. I mean, are they inspiring characters? No. Are they interesting characters? Absolutely. And I love that. It's just so ridiculous. It's so hilarious. It's so much fun. And it's surprisingly heartfelt. And I think that's what I appreciate about it most is, yeah, it makes me laugh. But there's some really interesting stuff going on outside of the jokes and the comedy. Yeah, man. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. So please help the algorithm out. And until next time, everybody, take care, stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.